Hi. So today we're gonna be ranking all Five Nights at Freddy's games because I've played nearly all of them. But first we're gonna get the ones that I haven't played all the way. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Don't know whatever these are that have other pictures on them with it, but I don't know what those are. I haven't played Dreadbear, I haven't played Help Wanted 2, and I haven't played the Five Nights at Freddy's movie game. Like, I haven't played any of, like, the Space Freddy games. Well, whatever those are, they look really bad. Now we've got all of the games that I have played. And yeah, no, I haven't played Help Wanted 2 either. Yeah. So, let's just start from beginning to end. So for the first game is definitely S tier. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely probably second. The only problem I have with Five Nights at Freddy's is that it's too easy. It is way too easy. Well, 420 mode is hard, but besides that, like, even Night 6 is pretty easy. Now for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is definitely my favorite one out of the series. It's probably definitely the hardest of the series. I've actually never beat FNaF 2. I made it to Night 6. I can't beat Night 6. Night 6 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is literally impossible. So I just couldn't beat it. But despite Five Nights at Freddy's 2 being so incredibly hard and overwhelming, it's really good. It's definitely the best in the series in my opinion. But Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is definitely one of the worst. I hate Five Nights at Freddy's 3. First of all, Springtrap's jump scare sucks. He's one of the best characters in the series, but he has one of the worst jump scares in the series. Which is really sad. And this game is also way too confusing. It can be really confusing, making it kinda hard sometimes. And all of, like, the mini games are, like, really confusing, like, yeah, it's easy to figure out how to get them, because there's, like, a bunch of tutorials on YouTube now. But, like, right after you watch it, you're gonna forget. Because it's like, how you're supposed to get the minigames are so confusing. And Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is another, I think I like it better than 3, but it's really not good in my opinion. It gets way too. Night 5 is wild. Like, it's pretty much impossible if you're not prepared. I'm pretty sure avoiding Fredbear is pixel perfect, literally pixel perfect, so yeah, it's like impossible. And Five Nights at Freddy's World. I actually like Five Nights at Freddy's World. I'll put it in B tier. Definitely wasn't the best. And, some of you might say that, that Five Nights at Freddy's World is the least scary in the whole series. You know, there's actually some pretty creepy parts in the game. You know that part where, like, I think it's Bonnie that you're playing as, and, like, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 Bonnie. And, like, you're just walking, and in the background is, like, a distorted picture of Withered Foxy. It's weird, and kind of creepy. Yeah, and, Sister Location is probably the second worst game in the whole series. I hate Sister Location. It's way too hard, it's way too confusing. I mean, it's not as hard as Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but it gets way too confusing, all the time. It's just, and it's really not good. And Pizza Simulator was it was okay at best. I'm gonna move it down here. It was not that special. At least not to me. Definitely wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't the worst. And Ultimate Custom Night, it's not a bad game by any means, but it's just really hard, not in a fun way. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is really hard in a fun way, like, yeah. And, also, Sister Location is also, like, really hard, but not in a fun way. And on to Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. This game was really good. I liked it. I'm gonna put it in A tier. It's not the best. Actually, probably the only ones that are gonna go in S tier are the original and 2. All of the rest are probably gonna be in a tier below. Bam, yeah. What am I saying? Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's VR was really good. Especially those parts and service games. Those are probably my favorite ones. Except I hate that one where you have to, like, avoid the circus baby plushie. That one is horrible. First of all, it's really hard. That's just the only thing. It's hard. And Five Nights at Freddy's AR was pretty trash. Five Nights at Freddy's AR is really confusing sometimes, so it can be, Five Nights at Freddy's AR can be kind of dumb. And obviously Security Breach is gonna go in F. This game was so trash. And I know a lot of people like the game, but I personally hated it a lot. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach was the least scary in the whole franchise. Security Breach wasn't scary in the slightest. All of the iconic characters are missing. Instead of the really cool character, the one that just rocks on is Bonnie, is replaced by an alligator wearing sunglasses. Like, why did Steel Wool Studios have to replace Bonnie? Like, no. Nobody likes Monty Alligator. We want Bonnie back. Yeah, they have Freddy and Chica. But, they made them all shiny and vibrant and not scary. Speaking of Glamrock Freddy, he is so dumb that he even throws you off sometimes. And also, having to listen to Roxanne Wolf's dumb and narcissistic quotes all the time. She's like, I am the best all the time. It's really annoying. Roxy is one of the worst characters in the whole series. And the worst part is everybody sexualizes her for some reason. They do the same thing for Circus Baby and Toy Chica. Again, don't know why. People are just sick. And Security Breach Ruin, it was definitely better than the original Security Breach, but it still wasn't good. Also, Security Breach is so glitchy and buggy, like, it's barely even playable. And Security Breach Ruin, and since it's not a completely separate game, it's just a DLC for this game, it's all pretty much just as glitchy and buggy. And also, the ruined animatronics are only a little bit scarier. Security Breach Ruin really isn't that special either. Man, this is pretty much, the final ranking. I think I might have actually liked Five Nights at Freddy's AR better than Sister Location. And then the ranking is pretty much accurate. What was that? Okay, whatever. And all these ones down here I haven't played. And also, like, speaking of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, type in the comments if you liked it or didn't like it. Majority of you are probably gonna say that you didn't like it. I completely respect all of your opinion, but I don't see how, like, people really didn't like the movie. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie really wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't the best horror movie ever, but it was still really good. I liked it. Yeah, I can see why, like, you guys, like, didn't like the animatronics as much because they weren't scary and they were all kid-friendly and stuff, but... And you guys don't like the eyes, even though I think the red eyes are perfectly fine. But I do agree on one thing, the pacing is really slow and some parts can be kind of boring. But anyways, that's pretty much the end of this video. And I will see you all later. Bye.